Hey there, friends and folks, it's Gevault here coming at you with another episode of this Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke. Last time, we knocked the poop out of Roxanne. I gotta tell you, we turned on her red light. In this episode, you might be concerned. You're looking at the party and you're thinking, something's missing here, and something has been gained here. What's Eli doing? You made such a big deal last episode, Gevault, about letting Eli go in favor of Boruto. And in fact, Boruto and Eli are here together in the same squad. What's going on? Well, I'm really sorry to all of you Eli fans out there, the like half of you, but we are gonna find a new use for Eli. Oh wait, I made this big deal. I thought I was gonna teach Cut to Eli. Almost any grass type Pokemon can learn Cut, and yet Eli cannot do it. All right, so never mind. We're not gonna find a use for Eli. Our other hope, I'm keeping all this in, by the way. Our other hope would be Dre the Whismer, who's holding a Chesto Berry. Nice job. Dre, can you learn Cut? Some normal Pokemon can learn Cut. This is a normal move after all. Can you do it? No, you can't. Oh, geez. Okay, so for those not initiated, why am I making such a big deal about Cut right now and who can learn it? Well, HMs are the rare commodity of move in Pokemon that cannot be unlearned except by exceptional circumstances at a move deleter, which we won't be able to find until much later in the game. And I don't want to like replace any Pokemon's moves with Cut, a 50 base power normal type move that we can't replace for the foreseeable future. So I guess we're not going to go against those trainers on that other route that are barred by trees. All right, so we're bringing Tutter back on and we're going to continue our adventure. Guys, I'm really sorry. That was a colossal waste of time. But that just means instead of sticking with the routes that we were on in the past, we are going to think about the future. And more specifically, we're kind of moving on here. So come on this joyous walk with me, actually a run. Let's go on a run. Let's get on the treadmill Peloton. See, if we had a Pokemon that had Cut, we could chop down this oddly formed tree and get at that Pokeball item right behind. But you know what? Cut is not necessary to advance anywhere required in the game, and so as much as it might compromise the playthrough in some ways, like we can't see everything, my goal is not to see everything. My goal is to advance in the game by whatever means we have at our disposal. Oh, I missed it. Should I go back and get that? Sure, why not? Yeah, I totally skipped getting that item over there. Come on. Yeah, we didn't go on this side here, and I do know, because of my super Skittles in playing Pokemon, this is an invisible item. We have a potion. Oh, come on. So we got the invisible potion. That's awesome. It sounds like it would be the subtitle of a Harry Potter book, like Harry Potter and the Invisible Potion. Harry Potter and the Pokeball in the Pokeball's pocket. Okay, so this is that cabin that we ignored from before, complete with oars here on ship oars on the wall. And so now we can go inside, and if we had gone in before, we would have been disappointed and there wouldn't have been anyone in here. But now that we've saved Mr. Briny's darling Pico, he's gonna be very kind. You saved my darling Pico. We owe so much to you. What's that? You want to sail with me? You have a letter bound for Dewford and a package for Slateport? Oh, quite the busy life you must lead. But certainly, what you're asking for is no problem at all. You've come to the right man. We'll set sail. Great. All right, so anchors away. We're setting sail. And this was always so cool to me when I was a kid. Like, you're in this boat and you're just traversing the 7 seas, or in this case, Route 105. Who's calling? Who's interrupting our trip and makes the ship completely stop dead in the ocean while the water itself is still moving freely? Kinetic energy. Oh, it's Dad. Come on. Dad, I don't want to hear from you. I know it's windy. The boat is literally stopped dead in the ocean. Yeah, you take care too. Dad Norman. See, that just goes to show how like not important a relationship we have with our father if we're registering him in our Pokénav as Dad Norman. Not just Dad, like, it's his first name too. At least we call him Dad. I'm glad there's some acknowledgement of that. Okay, so we are in the next town already. And if we wanted to, we could actually take on the second gym, but we are by no means equipped to do that quite yet. So let's actually heal our Pokemon, and we're just kind of going from one place to the next here. It's amazing. Progress in the beginning of this here Nuzlocke, kind of crawling very much at a halt, but we, as our Pokemon continue to learn better moves and get stronger and stronger, you'll see that we're going to be able to make much better and more efficient progress every step we take. So here we are. This is a new route, but there's no... What do people do if they need to... Oh, I missed that. What if my rod hooks a big one while I'm in the washroom? I just can't go. That's a weird thing to say. Yeah, so there's no grass, there's no patches of grass on this new route. The only source of new Pokemon that we could find as encounters here on this route are going to be in the water. And I know there's a place where we can get, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, a fishing rod. We want a rod of our own to use, but certainly not while we're in the washroom. We do want that. That'll allow us to get a new encounter on this route, but we don't have that rod quite yet. I think we can find it here in Dewford. I'll have to kind of jog my old memory, the old noggin, to see where we could find it. Okay, we are not in a good spot right now. If this poisons, oh my gosh, critical hit. At least it didn't poison. But if we hit ourselves in confusion again, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Oh, this is awful. I don't think I should stay in. I sent out Jason because Wing Attack is the strongest move in our arsenal at this point, but it doesn't seem like that would be a particularly good idea at this moment in time. So I guess we're gonna send out Boss Babe. The problem is, Tentacool has Poison Sting, a poison move that's super effective against our grass-type party members. And we just don't have very good defenses against this Tentacool. This is gonna do absolutely nothing, guys. Oh my gosh. Should I might use a potion on Wingull just to make this go a little bit faster. Just a little bit. Where's our stuff? Okay, potion. Potion, give it to Jason. Because otherwise, this really is going to be an arduous and agonizing battle. I can't believe that he hasn't poisoned anyone yet. All right, come on, let's send out Jason. By the way, using the phrase "at this particular moment in time" makes me think of the comedian that I have just this weekend become obsessed with. This person is very much in public awareness right now. I mean, there's coverage of him. See, look at that. That's incredible. There's coverage of this man, Brian Jordan Alvarez, everywhere because of his very viral character, TJ Maxx. And if you haven't seen this song, Sitting is... Oh no, of course I record and I don't remember how the song goes. But Sitting is a great song. Did this guy really just say I lost because I'm trying to go to the washroom? Yeah, don't, TMI dude, too many details. Just go on your own time. You don't need to tell us. Anyway, let me play a little bit of Sitting right now, just in case, well, my performance of it was very lackluster, so let me just let Brian Jordan Alvarez do it himself.
Sitting is the opposite of standing. Sitting is the opposite of running around. And sitting is a wonderful thing to do.
Yeah, so it's incredible. And this man, this TJ Maxx character, which was born of just, like these AI Snapchat filters, that's just one of many characters that BJA, as it were, Brian Jason Alvarez, has in his disposal. He does so many funny characters, and I've been watching them almost compulsively this weekend. Like, I should be doing work, And even if I'm not doing work, I should be recording episodes for this here Nuzlocke, because I do like having something to upload every single day. And yet, when I'm not doing either of those two things, doing the real work and doing the play Pokemon work, I'm probably watching shorts by Brian Jordan Alvarez. And one of his characters is, I think my favorite character is, he's just known as the student. And I know popular streamer Northern Lion shares my affection for the student. He's like this ambiguously foreign, probably European, international student who's come to the US to study what he refers to as science, science with an M. And he's just like this nondescript man where everything basically goes pretty right for him. And the way he phrases things, I can't even do it justice. It's one of those things that it's not funny unless he says it. Like if I were to say his lines out loud, even if I were to remember them perfectly, which I don't, it just wouldn't be nearly as funny unless you hear him do it. So let me put down just a quick clip of that, because it's great.
Walt, I've been on an elegant walk through the town where my internship is taking place. So now, back to my hotel, where they are keeping me nice, steady, calm, good sleep, and a buffet for dinner.
It's like, he's got the internship and he's talking about, he's like, I'm on an elegant walk in the place where I have my current internship. It's just, it's so funny in ways that I can't even begin to describe. So he's a great creator, and he's found so much viral success in just the last couple weeks now that there's actually a kind of like electronic pop remix of the song Sitting that is garnering millions and millions of plays on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. And just in the last couple of weeks, like this guy, Brian Jordan Alvarez, he's been around for a long time. You know, he's made appearances in sitcoms. He had a pretty prominent role in the revival of Will and Grace in the last few years. But he is seeing his most iconic era right now. He's being interviewed, you know, from NPR and Vulture and the New York Times. Like, he is everywhere right now, and for good reason. Like, the man is so funny. He's got his own basic like Marvel Cinematic Universe, but from just the characters that he plays with these silly like Snapchat filters. It's frankly incredible. I love this man. He's great. Okay, stop. I'm not trying to press A, I'm trying to press B. And here we are in another new place where we could get another new encounter. Let's talk to this guy first.
Hey, you. It gets awfully dark ahead. It'll be tough trying to explore. That guy who came by earlier, Steven, I think it was.
Excuse me. See, this is like, I think 4 for 7 of burps in these episodes.
He knew how to use Flash, so he ought to be all right. But, well, for us hikers, helping out those that we meet is our motto. Here you go. I'll pass this on.
So just like that, we already got our first HM, which was cut in the last episode, and now we have our second HM, which is Flash. So it will be useful circumstantially, but certainly here in this cave. Not yet on this floor, but on the next floor for sure. What's our encounter for the cave? It's Makuhita. I certainly expected it. It's among the more common encounters here, but Makuhita is a fighting type and will serve a niche that we don't currently have occupied on the squad. And so I will say, Makuhita, you are welcome. You are welcome to join us here, but first we have to catch you. So I'm not trying to kill you, although you're trying to certainly make it so that we can't do very much damage. You know, again, like I try to theory craft around what I might find in these different locations. Oh my gosh, I just wanna poison you. Maybe I'll start chucking balls. Let's do that. Let's start chucking balls. But I've been thinking about all of the different encounters that I might be able to find here in Dewford Cave, and I will say Makuhita is among the lesser exciting ones. I think my deepest hope was actually finding a Metatite so that we can kind of fill the niche of both a fighting type and a psychic type at the same time. Aaron also would have been good as a dual steel rock type, great defensively, but as they say, beggars can't be choosers. We have a Makuhita. What do I want to name Makuhita? there's certainly a lot of options here. And you know what? I'm gonna my friends are gonna laugh at this one. I've been obsessed. I've mentioned it at least 2 or 3 times already in this playthrough, but I got a Peloton lately. I'm just gonna name Makuhita Peloton after my latest and greatest obsession. I talk about Peloton all the freaking time. Okay, so that's great. And now I guess we can proceed going through this cave as planned. And here's another Makuhita. Nice. What I'm really waiting for, Boss Babe, as I've mentioned before, is probably our best counter for the second gym. But it should learn what Jason currently has, which is a flying type move. Not wing attack, but I believe we're waiting just desperately for Boss Babe to learn... Nice, Keen Eye. But we're waiting desperately for Boss Babe to learn Gust. So that'll be a super effective move against Brawly's fighting type Pokemon in the second gym. And as I've already mentioned, Boss Babe has a 4 times resistance to fighting type moves. And that's great. You'll love to see that. You'll love to see it. Should we go through this cave right now? Ugh. I'm flustered. I'm flustered. I guess so. But we also don't have Flash. So Flash would be a way of illuminating this cave and making it so that we could see perfectly, just like we could on the first floor. But what's interesting is we have enough vision here that it kind of doesn't matter too much. And I've played this game enough. I know where I'm going for the most part. For the most part. Wow, so here's an Abra. Abra would have been, again, a terrible encounter because it uses teleport first move anyway. Right, like it's just gonna leave. So unless we got extremely lucky and caught the Abra in the first Pokeball that we chucked at it, it would have just been a wasted encounter. Because it would have just run away from us. Okay, hard to believe we're not finding any Pokemon. That's so funny. This is like our second encounter in the whole freaking cave. It should be going this quickly. Not that I'm knocking it, like that's fine. Aaron, okay, this is like what I kind of TBH would have preferred if I had my choice of encounter here. Metatite for sure as the number 1. Although I'm actually not sure if Metatite is in Dewford Cave. I'm just kind of going off of my memory, my Pokemon muscle memory. I think so, but it's a rarer encounter. The other possibility is that Metatite is actually not in Dewford Cave in Emerald. It might just be a Ruby Sapphire thing. I need to go and watch, oh my gosh, like Poketips Mike or something to get the confirmation. Or, oh my gosh, M&J TV, is that the other one? Greetings, Poke fans. That's who I need to watch. He'll give me the lowdown of the Pokemon trivia necessary to know which Pokemon are actually in Dewford Cave. Because at this point, I don't really know. Couldn't tell you. Now, again, Boss Babe's a great defense against Makuhita, but for the sake of time, the fact of the matter is that we just don't have very powerful moves to use against him. So it's better for us to switch out into something that is a bit better, has a bit more utility. With freaking wing attack, 60 base power, come on, and critical hit. We didn't even need it, but we got it anyway. That is fantastique. Okay, and I think with just a few more steps and no more encounters, here we are. This is the end of the cave. Oh, Granite Cave. I kept calling it Dewford Cave. My bad. My name is Steven. I'm gonna give him a British accent, with as good a British accent as I can give. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Oh, a letter from me? To all my Brit fans in the house, I'm sorry for what I'm doing here. You went through all this trouble to deliver that. I need to thank you. I'm sure Brits, you Brits out there, you have it really hard listening to Americans just fascinated. We Americans romanticize British accents so much, and we do them terribly. And yet like, it's socially acceptable still for us to do British accents. And so we attempt them all the time and we're just awful at it. I know, since we've gotten to know each other, let's register one another in our Pokénavs. Great. So Steven is certainly just a minor character that we won't see at all later in the game and will have no relevance to the story whatsoever. Okay, well, at that, we've done like a little bit. We kind of set the groundwork for the next episode. So let's use Boss Babe. You know what? I'm not going to end the episode. I'm going to try to get Boss Babe to level 13 on camera for all to see because I'm just desperately hoping that she learns the move that I want her to, level 13. For whatever reason, level 13 just really, it strikes a chord with me. And let's see if my Poke intuition, my Poke tuition dollars is correct. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Boss Babe. I think all that's necessary here is switching out to Jason, laying out a wing attack, and we will indeed get Boss Babe to level 13, where again, hopefully we get the move of our wildest dreams. Now, our team is also incredibly underleveled for what's gonna come next, which, by the way, it's the Dewford gym. That's like the only other thing to do on this island, or in this town. Okay, excuse me again. Am I right? Yes, I was right. Cool. So, Beautifly, Boss Babe, learning Gust. I would say we don't really need to tackle. I see myself using Harden more than I see myself using tackle, so that's fine. That is a-okay. A-okay. All right, so with that, we have what I believe to be our best defense and offense against the Dewford gym. Not only is Gust a flying type move that's super effective against fighting type Pokemon that we will soon encounter, but take a look at this. Boss Babe, as I've mentioned before, bug flying type. So this Gust is not only a 40 base power move, it's a 60 base power move because it's got stab, baby. It's got same type attack bonus. So we're gonna be holding on to Boss Babe for dear life as we go into what I do believe to be a much more challenging gym than what Roxanne could offer. So next time we're gonna take it on and do a couple other things too. So sending love wherever you are. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Well, first let's see what this is. Okay, it's a Zubat. Okay, goodbye. I'm gonna challenge this dude off screen. You don't want to see that. See you later, alligators.